What's up everybody, Chris here, back in another video. So last week I did a video, or the other day I did a video, talking about the Sony ZV-E10 and what I thought was probably the best case use for the camera. Well, Sony's intention behind this camera was to make it more of a content creator camera. Now it comes out with their kind of like, I don't know if they still use it, but the vlog with Sony hashtag. I use it when I post these videos. I don't know if it's still like a thing, but you know, as a vlogging content creator camera. Now, today's video, I want to talk a little bit about studio use. Now, I'm shooting right now on the ZV-1 over here, or ZV-E10, my bad. I have the Power Zoom 16-50 kit lens, the 3.5 to 5.6 lens, so it's the lens that comes with the kit. 16 millimeters and f3.5, I think 1/60 or 70. I'm shooting 4K 30 frames per second. I'm in a studio type of situation here. So I've got a boom mic over here. This is the Rode Video Mic Go, which is just out of frame right now. It's probably, I don't know, 8 inches or so from my face. And you know, with this camera having a microphone jack and a headphone jack, it does kind of suit a purpose for in-studio work. A pretty good one, to be honest with you. Now, a couple of different things that I would do with this camera. Now, the 16-50 is a perfectly fine lens to, you know, to start with, to get going on YouTube, to get going in content creating. I do think that there is one logical upgrade to this camera, and that's the Sigma 16mm 1.4. Now, I think that anybody buying this camera, even if you're just trying to vlog with it, I think the 16mm 1.4 is probably your first best lens to buy. And I say that because, you know, it's going to be the best lens in the business for low light, for content creating. Now, like, I like the 30mm and the 56 as well, but you're going to have to push those quite a bit further back. Like, this is at 16mm, and I am, I don't know, 3.5 feet away or so from the lens. So there's plenty of space in here, and you can kind of see the colors behind me and all that stuff. So plenty of space, plenty of room, I guess you would say, to work. So I think the 16 is that perfect. Now, another lens I would probably go with is probably the 18 to 105. I think that's a really, really good lens to do a lot of different things with. 18 millimeters is not a bad focal length to start out with either, but you know, those are two of the lenses that I would start with. 16 millimeter, I think if you're buying this camera, you really should probably try to invest in the 16mm 1.4 as well, because I think that is the best lens for all around. I mean, it's going to be the best for low light. You put that thing on a gimbal, you know, you're going to have a very, very good shot, good image quality. Now, I've owned that lens in the past. I've owned it on my A6400 I used to use it on. I used to use it on the Canon M50 as well, and I used to use it on a Panasonic G9. So I've had that lens a handful of times now, and it is really, really, really good. I mean, to top it all off, I mean, you've got your flip-out screen, you've got your microphone jack, you got your headphone jack, you've got decent battery life, you know, and you put this thing on a tripod, and now you've got a really great, get a decent little light. And I'm going to show you guys later in another episode where I'm going to kind of set up just like a really small, portable, easily used studio setup. You know, that you could do at home and kind of move around your house if you wanted to, or move around your studio if you've got a studio. That would be just absolutely perfect for starting a YouTube channel in 2021 and beyond. And I also am going to do some comparisons because I've got the Fujifilm X-T4 over there, and that camera, you know, yes, it's probably far more advanced. It's definitely in a different level than this camera. However, I can put that camera up at the 4K 30 frames per second, and I can put it down to 100 megabits per second recording, which will give me basically the exact same thing as something like the Fujifilm X-S10, something like the X-E4. So comparison-wise, it's going to be really spot on compared to, you know, the X, you know, something more along the lines of the Sony ZV-E10, something a little bit closer in comparison, you know, in its class, if you will. I'm also going to compare it with the A7C because that's a logical step up in many cases. A lot of people are probably thinking, do I want to go with the full frame camera, or do I want to stick with ZV-E10 and stick with APS-C? So maybe you've been shooting with an A6400 for a couple of years, or an A6600 or something along those lines, and you're thinking, well, I want to you know, upgrade, what is the logical next step? And the logical next step might be the A7C rather than the ZV-E10. So, and with the A7 IV potentially coming out in the next few weeks, months, whatever that might be, you know, that might be a logical step in the logical upgrade as well. But I think for now, I think those are very comparable cameras. I think there's a lot of people that are kind of like, is it worth the extra money? You know, I mean, you're looking at, you know, $1,000 more for the body alone than you would get a lens. I actually just picked one up used for a little bit less than that. So, you know, Sony makes the best autofocus system in the business. So you really can't go wrong with any kind of Sony camera. And to be honest with you, to get started in YouTube, and now is the time, folks. Now is the time to get started with YouTube. I do believe so. I mean, and the thing is it's not, why do I do YouTube? I do YouTube because I want to record my thoughts. That's really all it is. I just want to record my thoughts. Now, this channel is just about cameras. I think about cameras a lot. I talk about cameras. I learn about cameras. I research cameras. And most of all, I go out and use them. Every weekend, I'm out shooting something or going hiking and taking the cameras and taking photos and taking videos and vlogging and whatever. And I'm trying to, you know, document the things that I get to do in my life. I've had the great opportunity to be able to travel all over the world, being if you don't know this, I just retired. Well, I'm not officially retired yet, but come October, I'll be officially retired from the United States Air Force, 20 years. And, you know, I've been able to kind of travel the world. I've had the great opportunity to be able to do that. That was one of the major reasons why I stayed in the Air Force so damn long, is because I got the opportunity to go see and do things. And I started my YouTube channel a little over a year ago, and I just wish that I kind of had done it many, many years ago. So don't do that. Don't do what I did. Start your YouTube channel now, especially if you have some things you could do in your life. And you know, and this camera right here, to be honest with you, is absolutely perfect. Now, obviously, it's aimed at, like, you know, the vloggers, you know, but I don't think anybody really walks around with their camera in front of their face. So, you know, like the Case Neistat days. I think most people are doing exactly this. So you got, you know, their studio set up and they're just talking to the camera at the house. Maybe they go out and they shoot a little B-roll or something along those lines. You know, what you could do with this camera too, put it on a gimbal, you would have nice, smooth footage, folks. Can't beat it. I don't think you can really beat it. I think, yeah, 2021, it's the time. This camera is probably the one you want to start with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.